Welcome to episode 4 of Ask Gaelan. I'm here as always with our favorite sidekick, Jordan, welcome. I'm a little bit under the weather today, so if I sound nasally or whatever, deal with it. But Jordy, go ahead.
So the first question is, what's something you've learned in the past week?
Jordan actually read this before. Sometimes she doesn't read me these questions, but Jordan read, and she goes, you know what you can say? Because we had a story this week. I go, you know what's one thing on your body that doesn't ever change? And I was told this as a kid, I think, and it's not true, is that your eyeballs never grow, meaning that once you're born, your eyes stay the same size, and like your body grows, but you kind of grow into your eyes. I always thought this was real up until, and again, I Googled it, and it said it was wrong. So I guess in the last 2 weeks, I learned that your eyeballs do in fact grow, I think, until the age of 21.
Oh, wow.
So you are still growing, Jordan. No, what are you, 20?
I'm 21.
Jordy's eyes just stopped growing.
Your eyes have been done growing for a while.
For a while, they're just old. Now I can barely see, and they're colorblind, so it's been rough. It's kind of like my hearing, so go ahead.
Great. So the second question is, how did you get so cute?
That was asked by my wife. No, actually it wasn't. It was asked by my good buddy. I will not name names. Honestly, I think it was just a mixture of my mom and dad, and just avoiding the ugly stick. Maybe it hit. Some people probably think I got hit by it. Some people don't. But I think that's the whole story. I take care of my personal hygiene, which is good. Because you could go, if all of a sudden you look, hair's all the mess, you don't shower, and you smell.
Yeah.
That'd probably be a different thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll go with that.
So genetics.
Genetics and daily habits of keeping myself semi-groomed.
What are your goals for 2020?
Goals for 2020. I'm kind of in the process. This is probably the latest I've ever come up with goals for the following year, because I always say real estate, like our fiscal calendar basically is November 1st to November 1st, because with the way that closings take place are typically about a 2-month process. So if anything I put under November typically is not going to close until January. So really everything that we'll be doing up through this month, I'm planning on closing in 2020. So I've kind of applied those numbers to 2020. So I really haven't come up with a goal. Part of it is which is not really an excuse, but I've just been busy lately, that I've kind of had goals, but haven't really sat down for like an extended period of time. I like to sit down for a few hours and kind of really plan out stuff. My personal goal for this year was 57 units. I think I just closed my 54th or 5th today. I should pass that. I think I'm going to be right around 60 this year, which would be really cool. That's the most I've ever had. Actually, 57 would have been the most I ever had. Actually, 47 was what I had last year. So I passed last year a couple months ago, but I wanted 57. I would probably say, without looking at the numbers, I'm at 60. I'll probably be right around 60. I think getting to like 65 or 70 next year would be really cool. But I also realize that I'm at a point right now where I think my day-to-day, just with so much stuff going on, that I don't know if I can personally do more. I think if it gets to that point, I'll be tapping more agents in the office to kind of help me out with the overflow, if that does happen. The goal is to have that, because that's one of my reasons I've pushed so much for myself, is that I know I will not be able to handle everything. So hopefully, and everything's kind of timing out the way I intended, that other agents will be able to kind of benefit from that. As an office goal, I think our office goal is going to be 200 units. Last year we did like 110, and this year I think we're going to be somewhere up in the 150s to 160s, which is the best I've ever been a part of in 9 years. So I'm hoping year 10 we could be up at 200. I think that is a very doable number. I always like to pick doable goals, but I like to pick goals that are kind of scary, in the sense that I don't want them to be easy goals where we don't really have to work at it. I think if our whole office works at it, we can easily eclipse the 200 unit marker. I have some other goals personally, I guess, in certain things like smaller tasks that I want to get done, or processes or projects I want to implement. But I would say from an overall standpoint, I'll say 70 next year for sales. That'd be cool if I could do that. That'd be a lot. And then 200 for the office would be pretty sweet. So we'll go there. I could probably talk a whole thing about goals, but we'll go with those two. Those are pretty simple. Oh, actually, I want to have a full-time, another goal is a couple like positional goals within the company. I want to have a full-time assistant next year at some point, and Jordan may or may not be that position. But that's another one of my goals, is to have a full-time, like a full-time staff, but like someone full-time literally that does like an extension of me all day, every day. Yes, but not what Nicole does, like everything else. Like all the stuff I couldn't get to today because I literally just got in the office. It's 3:30 and I got here at like 2:30. I haven't been in all day. So days like that you can do a lot of extra stuff so I can be in the office and not in the office at the same time. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe that's another goal this year.
So the last question is, what are your thoughts on purplebricks.com?
Purplebricks.com. I was asked this the other day. I actually never heard of purplebricks.com ever. So
Me either. I don't even know what it is.
So I looked it up. Basically, it's kind of like a discount brokerage kind of thing. I've seen these before. I think Redfin's another one. They have these things all around. We're not very prominent in our area, but I've definitely seen them out and about around the nation. Discount brokerages basically meaning that you pay a lesser percentage. At the end of the day, you kind of get what you pay for. I think that the fees that are charged in real estate for the amount that we do, it may not look like it on the surface, and maybe we should be a little more vocal by telling people exactly what we do, but I think that we're worth every penny of what we get paid. I think I always take it for granted. I take it like an artist. Like I was talking to a couple girls in the office that did painting. It's like, well, don't sell yourself short on what you can charge, because there's a skill set involved with painting. It's not like I can just pick up a paintbrush and an easel or a canvas and start painting or drawing or whatever. It takes years of practice. I look at it as I've had 9 years and I've put in when they talk about putting in like 10,000 hours, I work anywhere from 10 to 14 hours a day, so you can do the math. I do a lot of real estate all day long. So I think I've become a very good subject expert. There's a lot more for me to learn, certainly, but I think that I do know quite a bit, and I think my knowledge is very good in all aspects and different facets of real estate. And obviously you get questioned by some clients want to tell you how to do your job, which always makes me laugh, but at the end of the day, I'm really confident in what I do. So these other brokerages that are discount brokerages that charge you 1 or 2%, basically what they do is they do the bare minimum, and they actually charge you, or actually you do majority of the work as the agent, because they're kind of really hands off. And then come to find out, there's some fees that you have to pay. I kind of did some research on it, that you have to pay after the fact. So I know it's very popular overseas. I think Australia and England were like 2 spots that was popular. But it's kind of like Redfin. I just think, they're not charging a lot of money, so I just think they're kind of lesser. You get what you pay for, basically. So I think they're a joke. Good enough?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that it, Jordy?
Yep, that's it.
Great. Everybody, hope you have a good, actually, nobody was going to see us before Thanksgiving.
Hope you had a good Thanksgiving.
Hope you had a good Thanksgiving. Merry Christmas. No, that's it. We'll be back next week, episode 5. As always, guys, if you like these, leave a question down below on any of the platforms you see this on, and we will answer them in future episodes of Ask Gaelan with Jordy.